Hi friends, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel for another episode of Michel Reacts. This is a new series that I guess I'm doing now. If you didn't see, a while ago, I filmed me reacting to the commercials that I have been in, and everybody wanted a part 2 of me reacting to something else. So I'm going to be reacting to TV and movies that I have been in the past. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Michel, and I am an actor here in LA. I have been acting professionally, as in like had representation, had agencies, and been signed since the age of 9. And just like most actors in LA, I am a nobody that has done various little projects here and there, but I've compiled, let's see, I have 6 different things for us to watch together today of TV or movies that I have been in. So without further ado, let's get into it. So it was so hard yet again to find things online to watch, so I'm glad I at least found 6 things. And I did see your feedback last time. I'll try to give you more juicy backstories behind all of these projects, and I'll also see if I can edit this split screen. You'll know before I do because you're watching this. But you know, I'm a one-woman show, so I'm trying the best as possible. Also, I have to pull the audio off my camera audio, just the way my computer screen records. But I'm gonna start a screen recording, and we are gonna watch. Oh man, where should we start? I even have some funny reality I have a game show. Okay, so I don't know where to begin. I think I'm gonna begin with something newer. This is a CW Seed pilot. This was one of my really only lead roles in something TV or film. This was for CW's streaming platform, CW Seed, and we did our pilot episode, and it got by far the most clicks out of anything on their platform. I think within the first day, it had something crazy like 37 million views, which is insane. But they could not agree on a budget, so ultimately the contract ended up expiring after they were in budget talks for like 8 months and never got picked up. It's so frustrating that these are the things that happens when you're in this world that are completely out of your control, and even after you book a role, it can still not go anywhere just because of budget. Let's see, where should I start? This is an 8-minute clip, so I will link all of these things down below if you want to watch the full thing, but I'm going to jump to, let's just watch this scene together. What do you say? This scene, honestly, is really cheesy. I do not like my acting in this scene at all. I cringe at it, in fact, and I think it was just the way that some of these lines were written just didn't feel natural to me, but let's watch it together.
A secret organization that works behind the scenes of society. Usually we do not contact clients. However, your case is unique. Please come to our office immediately.
Remove me from your list now. It's creepy and you're totally freaking my dad out. You're here. Yeah. And you've been spamming the crap out of me. Because you're matched with a very dangerous person. I'm not matched with anyone. I have a boyfriend. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, James. He's not your match.
How do you know about James?
We know everything about you, Lila Black. Charlie's your best friend, and good old Jack, always on the hit list.
Oh, I'll pass on the Kool-Aid.
I hate that line. I'll pass on the Kool-Aid. That is one of the lines that makes me cringe the most because no matter how I said it, it sounded so cheesy. But this next little part where he like puts me in this sim experience, we filmed in a room that they had just painted completely black. So the paint fumes were insane. And I was in this room for like a 12-hour day. And at the end of the day, I was like, whoa. Like I inhaled way too many fumes this day.
Where am I?
You're in a sim. My kind use the technology to train and teach.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to...
Watch and learn. The fates have set in motion a match. It is a forbidden yet compelling bond that you have to avoid at all costs. If not, chaos will reign on Earth. Your friends and family will become pawns of the government.
As we were filming that scene, they kept telling me, okay, turn around and look shocked. And turn around and look shocked. And turn around and look shocked. So literally for probably like an hour, I just was going back and forth of like turning around and going like, oh man. Let's skip to the last scene of this because it's a good one.
Dude, you're always like that.
There's a new guy. I'm gonna go say hi.
Okay.
Why are you following me?
It's best if we don't speak.
Even if that tripadelic sci-fi stuff were true, I would have no interest in him. Just answer my question.
He's here. Amy.
Here.
Cody.
Here. There's a new guy.
Lavon.
AF. What's his name?
Quiet down, class. Cupid. Cupid Bellator.
Here.
Take a seat.
There's two of them.
Don't.
What is your problem?
Hey, guys, cut it out.
Well, hello, Lila. Do you believe in fate?
I love that because it's like so creepy. I actually too accidentally kept that necklace. It was before I moved actually, so I don't know where it is now, but I was like, oops. I guess I accidentally wore this home from set because we filmed that probably about 2 years ago. Oh man. Oh man, we actually did a whole separate trailer for it as well when we had a different Cupid cast, and they ended up recasting Cupid to Rob, who Rob is pretty well known. He was recurring on, what is it? It was one of those sitcoms like Days of Our Lives or, not sitcoms. It was one of those, oh gosh, what show was he on? I'm sure one of you know. Please comment down below for me what show he was on. But they ended up going with someone that was a little bit bigger of a name, so they cast him. So it's funny that we can react to a trailer too and a part 3 if you'd like, with a whole different Cupid, which is funny, but I'm kind of sad that that went nowhere. But since we're on TV, do y'all want to see one of the really old web series that I was on? It was called Weird Girls, and I played like the mean cheerleader, but we were filming this when I was probably 16, I would guess, and this was right around the time that I was going through getting diagnosed with celiac disease. And I remember I was so sick that day. I was so absolutely sick. I was feeling miserable. And one of the symptoms of celiac disease is you get like this terrible bloat. And this day I was so terribly bloated and in this like kind of skimpy cheerleader uniform. And I remember like trying to like not look as bloated as I was because I could literally look probably 5 months pregnant whenever I was having an episode, and I remember doing that this day. So this is in my demo reel. I couldn't find the full episode anywhere, but we will watch at least one of the scenes together. I think it's like a 2-minute scene. So here we go.
God, can we just quit with the talking and kick this thing's butt back to whatever hell place it came from? Boy troubles? Or is that too much of a stretch?
Just, hey.
Hey, are you still coming? Yeah, I'm on my way. Where are you going?
Okay, well, don't wait too long because it wouldn't look good for your show plate.
It's like she doesn't even see me. Maybe she's sparse.
Do you see my little belly? I was actually like underweight for my height at that time, and yet my belly would still stick out so much, and that was me actively trying to like suck in because I could tell that I just looked so bloated. I'm looking back at like young teenage me and being so sad for her.
Nearsighted.
Oh, I see you. I just choose to ignore you.
Or is it nearsighted? Is that how you talk to friends? Oh, are we still friends? You need to get out of here. Excuse me? Are you telling me what to do? No, it's just... I'm just warning you. You don't scare me, freak. I'm not really helping with the situation, am I? It's only your words. Yes, stop with the words. And she didn't.
You need to find new friends.
Like you did?
Audrey.
Yeah, actually.
Hey, Krista. You got tryouts this afternoon.
You're fun to talk. Shouldn't you be at practice?
I'm on my way, but I heard Coach Dyson was looking for you.
I swear, a woman could not run the squad without me.
Probably not. Looked like she was about to go off, though.
Fine. New friends.
That is probably one of the only times you'll see me be actively mean in my life. I love playing mean characters. I don't know, it's just so fun because I always do try so dang hard to be so nice. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I know that sounds weird. It's therapeutic. Okay, here's another episode of something. Let me find, I literally had, I think, 2 lines in this episode, but this is called Idiot Sitter. This has, oh, what are these actors' names? This girl is in everything now. Wait, Jillian Bell. Yeah, Jillian Bell. She's in everything. She was so nice. It's actually funny. Here's a behind the scenes story of this one. So Charlotte and Jillian were writers on the show, even though they were also the leading ladies in the show. And we were riding in a van from hair and makeup to set together. And on the way there, they were like, hey, can we actually change up the scene? And I was like, yeah, sure. What do you want me to say? And they're like, scratch the whole thing. This is actually what we want you to say. And I was like, okay, cool. Which was my first experience having someone in the cast also be writers and also be able to make these giant changes to the script with absolutely no approval at all. So they were like, just say this and then say this. And I was like, all right, cool, which is so funny. We will watch this 20-second scene together.
Come on, guys. Folks. Oh.
What are you doing? I was throwing that in the trash.
Oh.
There's a maggot in it.
Oh. I thought it was an apple for the teacher. See you next. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. But back to last time we watched things together, that is the length I want to cut my hair to. So normally whenever you're on set, you pretty much expect to be on set for like 12-hour days, sometimes longer. When you go longer than 12 hours, you do get paid more, but you're normally contracted for 12-hour days. But I think I was on set this day, start to finish, from like hair, makeup, shoot, wrap, for maybe like 2 hours. And I actually remember filming this on Brook's birthday. So I really wanted to leave LA and get out to Riverside where Brook lived to go be with him for his birthday. So I remember being like, oh man, it's gonna be a 12-hour day. And I ended up wrapping at like 11 a.m. and being so excited that I still got to spend Brook's birthday with him. Okay, so we're gonna watch My All American, which was by far the biggest project I've ever been a part in. It was a full-length feature film that had like literally, I think, a $40 million budget. It had some big names like Aaron Eckhart was in it and Finn Wittrock, and Robin Tooney played my mom. I played Finn Wittrock's sister. And I was on set for this for a month, for a whole month. I got pulled out of school. It was my junior year. In fact, they almost didn't let me graduate junior year of high school because I missed so much school. And I was 17 at the time, so I wasn't yet legal 18. So I still had to do homeschooling on set. So I spent all day on set doing homeschooling and then going to set to film, but for some reason, my school didn't accept that as credit. So for the rest of the school year, I had to spend every single Saturday in Saturday school to make up all the missed hours that I was on set filming this to be able to graduate junior year, even though I was in the top 3% of my graduating class. I literally had like a 112 GPA. We weren't on a 4-point scale, we were on a 100-point scale. I was a very good student and they almost didn't let me graduate because of this. And the crazy thing is in this film, they cut almost all of the family scenes. They wanted to focus more on the romance and the sports. So by the end of this, I was basically just a featured extra. I'm literally in this movie a couple times just cheering in the stands, which is so funny, but so frustrating. We'll watch a couple of these scenes. Someone illegally posted this on YouTube and it has almost 500,000 views, so they obviously don't care that this is being posted places. But here's a family scene, and I'll try to find the one that is shot in our house as well, because at least you can see me a little bit clearer. Did you see me? It's so funny in hindsight that like, whatever, I don't even want to go back and try to find me again. They just cut to the family briefly within all of these scenes. But it's so funny that I was technically considered to be like a cast member and not an extra, to the point where I even had a stand-in, which they basically hired a girl that looked exactly like me, dressed her exactly like me, and so when I wasn't needed for the actual shot to be in the stand, she would sit in my place so that I wouldn't have to, so I could go back to my trailer. And it's so funny that at the end of this, I'm literally barely even in it. That's another thing that happens with movie and TV all the time. Also, people always ask me how Aaron Eckhart was, and he was by far like the most like top billed person in this movie. So he was just kind of in his own league. I never interacted with him. He would just be in his trailer most of the time. Finn the kindest person ever. And Robin, who played my mom, she's in Prison Break, amongst other things. She was so sweet too. Like one morning we didn't have to be at set, so she was like, let's go grab coffee and like just talk about things. And she gave me a ton of advice about starting off my career. She told me that she started acting when she was like 18, but didn't really get her first like big role till she was in her 40s, which was something really honestly inspiring for me to hear. And this movie, honestly too, it gets pretty sad. Here's Aaron Eckhart. There he is. UT, hook 'em. This was also the year that I decided to go to UT, which is funny because this movie previewed my first year at UT. So I got to go to the UT showing of this film, even though I was in the film, and they like interviewed me and stuff. It was so embarrassing because I was like, I'm barely even in this. Like, please don't bring attention to the fact that I'm barely in this. Here's the scene where the family is watching this game on TV.
I believe that's the first time I can remember he's being pulled from the game for not doing his job.
At least he saved a touchdown.
I'm sorry, son. I hated to do it.
Did I miss it? Hold up.
Steinmark had a shot at him, but he couldn't get there in time.
There I was.
Brady's a step behind.
A demoralizing score for the Longhorns, who are now down 14-0.
You know, I'm in it so little, it's not even worth trying to find all the like millisecond clips of me in it. I do remember them being like we were literally staring at a blank screen, or for the football scenes where we were in the stands, we were staring at a blank field. They would just be like, okay, now cheer. Okay, now look upset. Okay, now cheer louder. Okay, now be really mad. I obviously don't know anything about sports, so I didn't know like what normal sports reactions are. And when we were filming the scenes on the field, they had a guy running back and forth with a flag so that everyone would be looking at the same spot, and they'd be like, okay, watch the guy. Now start cheering. Now cheer louder. Now cheer louder. So dumb. But it was a really cool experience to be on such a big scale set for a solid month. It was really, really cool. Okay, I want to show you one of the first things I ever did. I think I was 9 when I did this. This is a PBS show that I was the voice of. I did this recurring for quite a while. This was where I made probably the majority of my money as a kid. I played the character Sky in a show called Trevor Romaine series that was on PBS, and I could not find the full episodes anywhere, but I found one trailer. So we will watch a couple milliseconds of this trailer together. And the guy that played Jack, who it was me and him in the recording booth at all time because our scenes were pretty much together. His name is Ryan Lee, and this kid has gone on to do so many things. He has been, and you'll probably recognize him, like he was in Super 8, This Is 40, Goosebumps. This guy, I mean, he was so nice. We were probably like 9 and 10 at the time that we filmed this, but he's done so much. He's really gone on. This is what he looked like when we filmed together. That's what he looked like. And this is what he looks like now. He had a glow up. We will watch a couple seconds and you can hear little baby Mikkel's voice because I was so young.
You guys are heroes.
Us? Hey look, it's Napoleon Bonaparte. Wow. D. George Washington? Don't you know who that is, Jack? It's Hannibal. He had one of the greatest military minds in ancient history.
Seize them!
Keep running into the paintings. It's our only chance. Wow, I never realized what a big job serving in the military was.
The George Washington. Oh man, I remember just being in that booth for hours and hours and hours, but getting pulled out of school for it also, and then giving us pizza and stuff, and me being like, wow, I get paid to just talk and eat pizza? This is awesome. And at the time, I mean, I was 9, and I think I was making like, it came to like $200 an hour or something crazy like that, and working like 12-hour days. And me at the time, I would get $12 a week for doing my chores as a kid, and $12 seemed like so much money, so I couldn't even comprehend that amount of money at that young. Of course, I didn't get to keep it. It would go into an account that I got when I was 18, but still it was like crazy. And last but not least, I want to show you a game show I was on because I have a really funny backstory for this. If you want to watch this full episode, I will link it down below because it's a 20-minute episode, but this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. So when I was on this show with my friend, there is a rule where, oh gosh, okay, there's so many things that happens in game shows to make sure it's technically fair. And we played this one game where I had to remember everything that went into a shopping cart in order to win. This was basically what ended up making or breaking the whole game show. And there was like thousands and thousands of dollars on the line, and that's like real money that you actually get to win. One of the things that I had to say that went into the shopping bag were Pringles, and I said potato chips. And they said, cut, cut, cut. And they ended up talking to their lawyers on set and said, technically, Pringles are not potato chips, they're potato crisps. So we can get into legal trouble if we call them potato chips, because chips are sliced potatoes, crisped are mashed potatoes that they reform into chips. And so therefore, legally, we cannot call them potato chips. And they said, but since you got it incorrect, we can't give you the opportunity to go back and correct it, because that would be illegal against game show rules. So what we're gonna have to do is you're just gonna have to pretend like you could not remember the last item that went in the shopping cart, and therefore you're gonna have to basically forfeit these points. And so because of that, I had to pretend like I forgot. And honestly, I was so bitter that I had to pretend this, that I just like kind of sassy forgot, because I was like, are you kidding me? That's a rule? And we ended up losing, and we ended up losing all the money. We were very far ahead at this point, so we'll just watch this one little game where I had to pretend to forget the last item because it's so cringy.
We're back. Right now, Sammy and Michelle have 6 items in their cart. Luke and Charlie have 3 in theirs. But remember, the first team to fill their cart with 15 items wins the game and a shot at $5,000. You win the entire bag. But if you make a mistake, the opposing team wins all the items. Ready to go? Sammy and Michelle, who's going to play first? Luke and Charlie, who's playing first? Right here.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the time where they pull out all the items, but then there's potato chips, whatever. Okay, and then there's prunes. So they put them in the bag, and we have to remember which one's which.
You guys are ahead. You go first.
All right.
So sassy.
Bath tissue.
Yes, it was there. Luke.
Gonna go with pencils.
Pencils were there. Michelle.
Prunes.
Yes. Luke.
Deodorant.
That was there. There's one item left in the bag. Tell me what it is, Michelle. Oh no! You ran out of time. It was Pringles. Those items go to your bag. There are 7 items in this next bag. If you guys correctly identify...
Did you see how mad I was? Look, one more time.
Oh no! You ran out of time. It was Pringles. Those items go to your bag. There are 7 items in this next bag. If you guys correctly identified...
I was like, you guys are gonna make me pretend like I couldn't remember a 5th item. Like, it's not that hard. Oh man, I was so mad. There we have it. There's 6, did we do all 6? Yeah, there's 6 things that we reacted to together that I had been in. I do have more stories about these things though, so if you want a part 3, I could give you more stories of behind the scenes of these projects. I love y'all with my absolute whole heart. Thank you for hanging out with me. These videos are so fun to make. I hope you have the best rest of your day, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.